to the room, my friends. I'm getting my day started late, so I figured I'd join you into my mobility and yoga routine. So if you have the capacity or the ability, go ahead and grab your mat and let's get going. Every day when you wake up, it is best that you move your body, because you were just laying still, laying in awkward positions for 8 hours. Your body gets stiff and tight. Doing these movements are going to help loosen that stiffness and tightness, get the blood flowing, and more importantly, get the lymphatic system moving to help remove the cellular waste that can get stagnant. Doing your movements, you want to do your best to coordinate your breath with the movements so that you're breathing into those tight and stiff areas. For me, my neck, shoulders, and upper back are that area for me. That's why I'm moving slow and methodically so that I can feel the muscles engage as I move. Probably gonna hear some cracks and poppers. That is normal. That's the lactic acid being released from the muscles. Every day, get up and move. It's important. It's vital. As you see, I'm working from the top to the bottom, hitting all of the major movement points, all of the energy meridians, so that stagnant energy is moved. But also those small muscles that you don't show enough attention to get worked. A lot of us do not show attention to our wrists, forearms, or our elbows. With these movements, as you see, I'm stretching, but I'm not doing any static stretching. I'm doing range of motion, which can be considered dynamic. Now that we've got most of our upper body, let's wake up our lower back and our hips with some hip rotations. yoga, exercise, or any movements of your body, it's best to warm the body up, prime it, and prep it. Now that I've done those small circles, let's get a little bit more intense with the hips. Specifically, because my hips are tight right now. So the last few weeks, I haven't been doing this. Depression will stop you from doing the things that are most important to you. And that's where I've been stuck for a while. So now I'm moving to fix that. I have to move that depression out of me, even though some days it's still there. You all have heard me talk about my depression before. But when you see me disappear like I've disappeared for the last 2 weeks, that's typically what it is. If I ever go more than 3 days without posting, you best believe I'll falling back into that hole. And right now I just checked, it has been over 14 days since I posted. That's why I'm doing this live now, to bring you back into my life, share with you what's going on, but also give you some tools that you can use along your journey. So now, let's do these hip openers, get them ready. This is going to help with your balance, your core, as well as opening those hips. These front kicks are going to wake up your quads and your hamstrings. As you see, we're working from the top down. Let's give these ankles some love. Oftentimes, one of our most neglected parts are the joints that need the most attention. But because no one's ever taught us how to move those, we don't. So that's what I'm here for, is to make this healthy stuff practical for you. And just doing this alone every day, just going through the movements that you've seen me do so far, are going to help you reduce pain, discomfort, and believe it or not, reduce the inflammation that you're feeling in these areas. Now let's show some love to these knees. Yeah, y'all hear the Rice Krispies going on over here. Y'all ain't the only ones that need to move more. Told you it's been weeks since I've done my movement like I need to daily. And that begins to take a toll on you. Now that we're mostly warmed up, let's get into this quick sun salutation flow. Actually, I'm going to start off correctly by going down to what's called the Nefertim. For those that are aware of Kemetic yoga, start off in the Nefertim, the primordial waters. As you come up, reach for Nut, the infinite expanses of the sky. You can always join in. Come right on in. Come right on in. Now we're going to get into our sun salutation, as it's called sometimes, but because I'm doing comedic yoga, it's called the Journey of Ra. You're going to step to the front of your mat. Take a deep breath to center yourself. Standing like a jade pillar. Grounding and centering yourself into the ground. Imagine roots coming out of your feet, going deep into the ground, pulling all of the energy, all of the nutrients from deep within the earth, so you feel grounded. Also, feel a beam of light coming out of the top of your head, reaching up into the infinite expanses of the sky, so that you're connected down to earth, but also to the God energy. Take a deep inhale as you bring your hands above your head, clasping the hands, bring them down in front of the face as you exhale, exhaling out, hands open, back above the head, as you reach back. Place the sun behind you, forward bend, hands parallel with your feet as you step back with your left foot into low lunge. Taking a deep breath, dropping the knee to deepen the stretch. Picking up the knee, stepping back with the right foot, pushing yourself into pyramid, also known as downward dog. Dropping the knees to the ground. You arch your back for cat. Arching it the opposite way. I'm sorry, for cow. Arching it the opposite way for cat. Dropping back towards your feet. Roll forward. As you push yourself up into a rock the cobra. Pushing back into pyramid. Step forward with your right foot, turning your left foot at a 45-degree angle to create space. As you lift your left hand and reach for the sky. If you have the balance, step up into Warrior 2. Arms being parallel to the ground. Standing strong. Remember, you're coordinating your breath with your movements. Now let's flow directly into the other side. Taking a deep inhale as you bring your hands above your head, clasping at the top, bringing down in front of the face. As you exhale, pushing out. Lift up the sun, the east. Place it. It's west, sits, and forward. This time you step back with your right foot, making sure to keep knee over ankle. Drop that back knee for a deeper stretch. Pick that knee back up. Step back into pyramid. Dropping those knees, bending at the cow, exhaling at the cat, back, Inhale as you push yourself up into cobra. Push it back into pyramid. Stepping forward with the left foot so that it's parallel with your hand. Again, knee stacked over ankle. Turn the back foot to a 45-degree. As you open for your spinal twist. Release. Step into your warrior two. Work our way down to the ground. We'll sit here with our toes curled underneath us. Putting pressure on those big toes, which actually sends a signal directly to your pineal gland. Do a forward fold, legs straight out in front of you. So when you are in this seated position, you take your feet, tuck your toes underneath you, and you sit back. The pressure that is on your big toes sends signals directly to your pineal gland. Forward bend, pull your feet towards your body, back straight, out, you reach forward. You reach forward as far as you can. If you can reach your toes, that's great. If you cannot, that's great too. Just work on it. Keeping your back straight the entire time. Now it's time for a spinal twist. Take your left hand, place it behind you for support. Take a deep breath in as your right hand comes up. Your left leg comes back to where your foot is equal with your knee. Bring the right arm across for your spinal twist. Release. And do the opposite. Everything in life has duality. So just like your movements, you have to make sure you practice it. What we do to one side, we do to the other. Staying in balance. Because without darkness, there is no light. Now, we're going to get ready for the next phase of the Geb phase, which Geb being the ground. Bring your knees into your chest. So we're going to awaken our spinal cord, our own personal Geb pillar, our spinal cord. We want to just roll it out. Flat, The next move, we're going to reverse the blood flow in the body, pushing old blood from our feet back up to the heart and to the brain by doing the get up shoulder stand. Bring your legs up.
From the get up shoulder stand, we're going to go into the plow, where you allow your legs to fall over the top of you. For my women that are on the divine cycle, you need to skip this movement. Down.
Bring your feet close to your butt. So we're going to go into a half bridge, lifting your pelvis towards the sky.
Tightening the lower back, the glutes.
Release. Bring your arms up, bending at the elbow and at the wrist. Punch your hands in the ground. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, push yourself into bridge. Now, because my hips are extra tight, I am going to go into child pose and do my hip rockers. More, and I'm going to go into a hamstring stretch, sliding one leg back, the other up and across. Remember to breathe, my friends. Breathe into the areas that are tight. Back into low lunge. As I go back into half split. As I rock back into half split. together. So we move into butterfly. This will be the last pose before I go into my breathing exercises. Thanks for moving with me.